Do you ever get to the end of the month and wonder what your money actually did? If it seems like you are losing money faster than you can make it, then you should look for the leaks in your spending. It's important to always remember money is just a tool. It doesn't hate you and it is not running away from you. However, you might need to fasten your hold on it. Number 10. Upgrade your streaming options. Streaming is TV made easy. Most of the time, these sites put up the full season and you don't have to wait days for the next episode. It's like a movie and series library of all your favorite shows, and makes binge watching an actual valid hobby. In other words, the case for your streaming services is valid. But do you really need to sign up for all 7 platforms or more? Upgrading your streaming options to a family plan helps you save money and share with your loved ones. You don't need to be selfish with your forms of entertainment. You could ask a friend to swap passwords, your Netflix for their Hulu, or whatever else you agree on, so that you get all the entertainment you need at a fraction of the cost. You can do this with your music too, whether it's Apple Music or Spotify. Get a plan that allows you to pay considerably less while enjoying your usual services. If you know you'll be away for a while, maybe visiting a country without those services, suspend your subscription. You should also do this if you find you haven't watched TV in a long while. While subscriptions are convenient, they make it easy for you to forget where you were spending your money. Therefore, review your subscriptions often. Number 9. Think of a health savings account. Do you have a health savings account? Did you even know about it? A health savings account is a tax-free account to help cater for medical expenses that are not covered by high-deductible plans. One of the benefits of this account is that it is not subject to federal income tax. Therefore, your earnings can grow absolutely tax-free. It's always important to think of how you can cater for your health before you are faced with an emergency that you have no way of getting around. You will have to deal with a health-related crisis at some point in your life, so it helps if you have an account to take the financial worry off your shoulders. You can also use your card from the health savings account to pay for health-related convenience store products like sunscreen, bandages, and whatever else can help you. Of course, terms and conditions apply, and you should get all the information you can before you use it. Otherwise, it's a good fallback plan in case of an accident, an infection, or something else you didn't originally plan for. Number 8. Say goodbye to window shopping. It's not mindless casual browsing if you walk out with an item that costs about $100 from every store you enter. The chances of you finding something you actually love in a store you enjoy is about 98%. And once you find it, you may worry that someone else might get it before you and buy it on the spot. What's even more terrible about that is that you might not need it. Do you really need extra candles for the entryway? Or another garland for your stairs? You probably don't even need another set of jewelry. Window shopping wastes your time and drains your money. Rather than dancing with the devil, avoid it altogether. Only go into the stores with a shopping plan and stick to the list. Browse the bed and bath section when you actually want to buy something. They always have something enticing out. It's the key to marketing. But you can be wiser than that by avoiding the trap. This also means giving up your online browsing and unsubscribing from the store's newsletters. No stone should be left unturned in your fight for financial stability. Number 7. Quit scrolling. Peer pressure plays a big role in how we spend our money, and one of the platforms that heaps that pressure is social media. It gets harder to ignore your friend's new car when it's literally in your face. As you go to sleep, when you wake up, and throughout your day. You'll find yourself suggesting a shopping spree when you can barely buy your groceries because you saw your friends do it and are just trying to keep up. One of Dave Ramsey's favorite phrases is, "We spend money we don't have to buy things we don't need, to impress people we don't like." Sad as it is, we are all preoccupied with ourselves. Very few people will remember what brand your purse was 3 days later because they'll be thinking of what to get themselves. All those social media platforms are a hotbed for ads from different brands. You might find yourself considering a new mattress as you lie on your perfectly fine bed. This doesn't mean being extreme and deleting the sites. Just manage it better, set a timer, and quit the moment you find yourself wanting what you can't afford at the moment. Number 6. Automate as much as you can. Because we are human, we are bound to forget even the most important things like when your rent is due. There's always a lot going on in life at any given moment, so it helps to automate your money-related issues. Automate your payments, automate your savings, and automate your debt repayment. This will take off a number of things you actually have to remember from your list and make sure that the money you finally get at the end of the process is money you can spend without worry. You won't have to wake up in a cold sweat at the end of the month because you didn't save or pay for some of the services that are very dear to you. Find out if your employer can split your check, or if your bank can make the transfer as soon as the money comes in. Set reminders on your phone for various things you need to get out of the way. Technology is there to make your life easier, so make use of it. Number 5. Wait before locking in the purchase. We can never underestimate the heat of passion. People have been known to do the most ridiculous things in such moments, including murdering their savings and money goals. Most people suggest giving yourself time before making the purchase to see if it's really what you want. You might see a great couch in your browsing, only to find that it doesn't fit your space and does not match the aesthetic you've got going on. You probably don't need a full outdoor set because you're already thinking of moving, and the new space may not even have a backyard. There are so many variables at play when getting the right item, and rather than commit yourself to something you'll regret in 2 weeks, give yourself time to think rationally about the decision. However, if you find yourself with an item you don't need, return it within good time. Most stores have a cashback policy or will allow you to exchange the item for something you will be happy with. You can't afford to spend money carelessly if you are planning on saving it. Number 4. Optimize your resources. Take note of how you use your resources because that might be sinking your financial ship. There are small changes you can make to ensure that you are using and paying less. Turn off the lights when you leave the room, and rather than use the AC, consider opening the windows or using more blankets. Do your laundry once a week and only run the dishwasher when it's full. You could also decide to use public transport once in a while or simply walk to the different places you need to get to. Take advantage of nature for your exercise, entertainment, and vitamins. It's also important to remember that you are your greatest resource. Rather than pay someone else for services you can do yourself, do it yourself. Do your nails and hair, mow your lawn, do your own cooking, and make your own coffee. There are other DIY projects you can take on that will help you save an extra $1 or $2 or $10. Number 3. Ditch the credit cards. The average American has about $5,000 in credit card debt. If that's not a sign to get your credit card habits in order, then it's hard to tell what is. It's easy to swipe with your card, and you might find yourself adding purchases you actually didn't need. Instead, walk out with cash. Take it a step further by getting only the cash you need so that there is no wiggle room for you to buy other items that you don't need. When you pay with cash, save the change too. It might look like a few coins, but one by one makes you a hefty pocket. If you don't want to part with your credit cards, make sure you pay more than the minimum on time every month and take advantage of their rewards program. Number 2. Do a self-audit. You can't fix what you don't know. This works for your house, your car, your relationships, your health, and your money. If you don't know where you are losing money, then no amount of information will help you. That's where a self-audit comes in. Find out your triggers and where you are spending a lot of money. Are you buying everyone you know a present just because? The average American spends over $600 on gift giving in a year, so this is something to look into. Are you spending more than you can afford on weekly trips and nights out? Or do you find yourself feeding your addictions, cigarettes, gambling, alcohol, or shopping? Once you find out where you are prone to just pour out money, you can put a lid on it. Make steps that will keep you in line. Have a budget. Cut down on how often you indulge in your money suckers. Give a present once a year or go for homemade gifts. Have a trip once a month. If you are not sure where you are bleeding money, ask for an audit from a financial expert or a trusted friend or relative. You'll be surprised at the things you spend on that you overlook. Hey, before we get into number 1, make sure to check out the links in the description for our best recommendations to boost your savings. Number 1, have a plan. When it comes to money, it's important to live by the principle, plan your work and work your plan. It doesn't matter if it's a short-term plan of 3 months or just taking it week by week. You need a plan for your money, whether it's paying off your debt, making your payments, or just tracking your spending. You can have a money tracking app so that you can check in and make adjustments on the go. Having a plan will shift your focus and concentrate your efforts on what you actually need to tackle. Make sure it's simple, achievable, and specific. Something like, I'll only buy clothes once a quarter with a working budget of $500. This will keep you accountable as well, since spending more than that will feel like breaking a promise to yourself. Having a plan also works for your meals, where we spend a sizable portion of our income. Make a grocery list before you go shopping, and meal prep for the week so that you are not tempted to eat out. Dealing with your money might seem like an uphill task, so breaking it down into a concise plan makes it easier for you to avoid wasting money.